Host started recording.
Fine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, uh, one of the days of one of the 3 days we hold our meetings a week, and I would like to welcome all of you to this meeting. My name is John Menkefo. I'm one of you, and I hope that we have come today to share the knowledge we have about Onpassive with each other, so that we can comfortably accompany our friends on this journey of Onpassive. It is a journey we are quite close to the real starting point. And I think that this is the moment all of us are supposed to be excited. I seem to understand that people are coming and falling out. I guess the network is a serious problem. But in any case, please let's keep struggling to come in, even if we are being kicked out by network issues. Today, whatever we discuss today, we'll try to link it as much as possible to the theme of leadership. Even if we are discussing anything related to Onpassive, we could always make it in a way that will have some significance with the whole issue of leadership. And leadership is extremely important. All of us are leaders, as we have said earlier on, and as many Onpassive leaders have said, as long as you have one or two people you can assist, then you are a leader. So whatever you are doing, whether you are teaching somebody how to join a meeting, whether you are teaching somebody how to uh, maybe do one or two things in their account, there are certain qualities that we need to always exhibit as leaders. So let us not forget that that's what will guide our discussions for today. Uh, Maybe I'll share a little story. The 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 former American Secretary of State, Colin Powell, the late American Secretary of State, General Colin Powell, when he retired, he was frequently giving lectures to young people about leadership. And he was drawing from his experiences in the infantry. And one of the lessons that he kept teaching to young people was linked to the fact that as a soldier, as a commander, he frequently told his people, those young people, that as a soldier, as a commander in the field, no matter how difficult or desolate a battle was, he will never turn around as a commander for his soldiers to see desperation on his face. So what do we get out from that? The idea is that as a leader, once you show that there is fear on your face, there is desperation on your face, it's going to translate directly to all those who are behind you. And we can use this example to look at Ash throughout this journey in Unpassing. Mr. Ash has not at any one time showed desperation. Each time he appears in the meeting, we hardly understood from his appearance that there was any problem, whereas there were actually problems he was having. And he never at any one time showed fear or desperation for the rest of us. And the mere fact that he kept on encouraging people, he kept on showing a bright face, making jokes during meetings, in spite of the difficulty, in spite of the banana peelings that some people, either founders, people outside of this, or workers, were throwing on his way as the CEO. He had not at any one time shown any sign of fear, failure, or desperation. That is the leadership quality that Colin Powell was using to teach his people. If you are a leader, please, in spite of difficulties, It's always good to show confidence in your kids, and that confidence is going to radiate to those who are leading. So I think that's a lesson for all of us. And I'll move on to introduce our presenter for today. He has always been a regular presenter, Mr. Bless Ban. He is over there in California. He's one of us. He's a community leader. He is used to giving his services to the community in which he finds himself. Whether it is online or offline, it's always there. And it is quite a quality that all of us should try to emulate. Because when you volunteer, when you do work for other people, not expecting to be paid, you are really doing God's work. And God's work has its own pay that comes in different ways without you even knowing. So thank you very much, Vivi, for the work you're doing. And at this point, I will ask you to go ahead and tell us what you have for us today. Over to you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Leader John. Thank you for the beautiful words that you have poured on me. And thanks to all of us who are on the call today. We are called affiliates. We are called leaders. We are called founders. The theme of today, as presented by our host, is good leadership. A very wonderful topic that we need, most particularly now, because we need people who will be able to hold the hands of others so that the snowball effect that has been planted by our CEO grows. Thank you again, Leader John, for your resilience. Thank you for the respect. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for your self-awareness. Thank you for your communication, for your learning ability, for your collaboration, for your influence, for your integrity, for your courage, and for your gratitude. These are all qualities of a good leader, and you are one. You have stood the test of time, and you have proven to us that you are a good leader. Before we come back to our theme of the day, which is good leadership, trying to apply these qualities to Onpassive, I think I would like us to have a little flashback on what happened over the weekend. On Saturday, we had our last webinar. During that webinar, we informed that the CEO came out on Wednesday and let the cat out of the bag, that the problems that the company had concerning finances, which were being held by the wicked processors of early September, that the money had been released and it was on its way to the bank account of Onpassive. That was just a few days before the extension which we had in our back offices. That extension was supposed to end on the 20th. That was Monday 20th. During that last webinar, I think I made an allusion. I made a little comment that, to my mind, I'm very, very sure that we're obviously going to have another extension, which may go up to the end of the month, so that it gives us it gives the company enough ample time to put everything in place when what they were expecting in their bank account arrives. And exactly that's what happened on Sunday. You know that on Sunday evening, an 11-day extension was given. So right now we have 11 days. Today now makes it 10 days. We have 11 days up to the 31st of May to use this version of this first commercial version of O Connect. During these 10 days, what are we supposed to do? We know that we're excited, that all what we're waiting for is almost near the corner. In our excitement, we should get more and more prepared. We should get more prepared on how we are going to receive the news. I think, to my own mind, that the first way for us to prepare for these 11 days or for these 10 days coming, or which will come to an end on the 31st, is to get to all members of our team. Let's reach out to all the members of our team. Those who have not yet activated their accounts, please, let's remind them, because if you don't activate your account, you are not in business. Remember the policy that our CEO told us right at the beginning, that you are going to pay twice out of pocket. The first was to become a founder, the $97, and the second was to pay for the first product. That $97, as we have been saying all along, is like getting your shop space. You're getting your space within O Connect, and all of us who had a founder's account already have those spaces. So, in order to be in line or to satisfy your desires, because most of our desires, most people have come in at least to change their well-being, their financial well-being. Even those above that. In order to do that, you must be able to put goods into that shopping space that you bought. The shopping space that you got with the $97 is going to be gotten through the activation of the first product, which you have an other product subsequently. So if you have not yet activated O Connect, please make sure you do that. Members of our teams who have not activated, let's reach out, because it's only by activating O Connect that we will be able to get bonuses, we'll be able to get commissions. And this is the first ever company in the world that is allowing customers, allowing affiliates to have bonuses on the first day that they have a customer. So that is the first thing that I think we should be doing during these next 10 days. The second thing which I will expect us to do during these next 10 days would be to go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go for new users, new members. Yes, let's talk. Let's share our links. Yes, it's difficult. We know that recruiting is one of the most difficult things. And that is why our CEO at the beginning knew this very well. And we know that recruiting is not really very necessary. But if you want to grow your own team before the company starts the recruiting for you, fair and good, it is your choice. So those who want to at least have a good base before the company starts recruiting for them, I urge all of you to go for new members. Yes, you go to some, they will not. Leave them. Go to those that are receptive. And please, as we have been saying, don't cajole any person with money. Please introduce the product. We have a wonderful product now. Go one-on-one, get onto them on an O Connect meeting, and of course, they'll be able to blow up their minds. Get them into into Onpassive website. Those who are computer savvy, those who are IT savvy, will blow up their minds. So that is the second thing which I expect us to do. The third thing which I expect us to do during these 10 days, remaining 10 days, is to know more about our products. Yes, we have the first commercial product, O Connect. How many of us can set up a webinar? Are you sure you can set up a webinar every day? Can you have a webinar every day? Please, that should be a resolution. Then in the next 10 days, every day, you have a webinar. Note that all our products are embedded, AI embedded. And of course, that as you set up a webinar, the company knows that you are doing some job, that you are at least doing something which is helpful for yourself and for the company. The fourth thing is to know more about your OAS. Many of us don't know about that. They log in, but they don't know what is where. Let's be able to explore our OAS. It's a friendly, a user-friendly platform. So click, please. Nothing will get destroyed. Where you click, where you go and click, touch. If you don't understand something, the answer may come out from there. You find on your profile, when you click on your profile, which is on the small circle on your top right hand, you will find frequently asked questions. There are so many questions about each product that are answered inside the platform, inside the OAS. So it's good to go through those questions, and a lot of our ignorance would be is going to be actually brought to light if we do this. The fifth thing which I expect us to do is, of course, to continue getting acquainted to our pillars, the pillars of Onpassive. Yes, what are the pillars of Onpassive? That the company would setting up a system with a single sign-on, a system, a platform with a single sign-on with everything, all products at one place, very user-friendly. That the company its vision is to have its own processors. We know they have already. We talked about it the other day, that they are testing the first processor. They said it was going to go live, and if everything goes well, they are going to start using it as soon as the new journey begins. Then we expect them to talk about our KYC, know your customer, which the company is already also doing. We need to identify ourselves in any business. When you enter, we join any business, online business, you are identified, whether you are a human being or you are a robot. So that is our O-Verify that is coming soon. KYC is in all companies today. We are going to have our own domains, and domain is your shop site. Your online shop site is your domain with your website. The company already has that product, which is going to present to us. The company also has this vision of owning larger and larger data centers. And what is the use of owning data centers? Because all data that we have online is stored in the cloud. And of course, it's only in these data centers that such data is going to be stored. So these are the 5 pillars which we should acquaint ourselves to. We acquaint ourselves with CATMO. With CATMO, we should be able to know how to withdraw, how to make withdrawals from our wallet, because knowing our OAS means that we know the component, the wallet component, and what to do when you want to do any withdrawals. Many of us have something in our wallets now, and we hope that we would withdraw when the bulk payments which were done and were not released are done by the company. We also would expect us to know more and more how to set up O Connect webinars. You should be able to set that O Connect webinar. And the easiest one to do is to just the last one on the button, go live, the third option, where you go into your back office, into the O Connect platform. You find there are 3 boxes. The last box is go live. When you click on that, you have an instant conference call. You initiate an instant conference call, and of course, you can share the link to to those whom you want to join in your call. We know the conference call can have as many as 100 people. So when you share that, you'll be able to do. So instead of having a complicated WhatsApp call, please just go live and share a link to those your friends and family members, and you enjoy the platform. You enjoy a wonderful conversation using our product. So, my dear leaders, my dear affiliates, my dear founders, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I prepared for the first part of this meeting. I think I will give back the floor to our host. If you have any question and answers or any observations, any conversations from our own end, we'll get to them. And then after that, after the conversations now, we'll get onto the theme of the day, which is on leadership. Thank you very much. Over to you, John.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bibi, for that presentation. It's a nice presentation. It's very critical at this moment, and of course, excuse me, even the issues you have set for now are already touching on the team, because a leader will already have these ideas that you have listed on his menu. A good leader will already have had these ideas on his menu. If you have to think about the idea of reaching out to your team member, that's an idea that a good leader should do. And setting up all connect webinar is trying to engage. Those are all things that you need to be trying to engage. And when you are doing that, you are actually around the team of the leadership that we're talking about. So thank you very much for those important points, even though we're going to come to it, and we'll still be linking it to all of these things that he has listed. So we are grateful that you brought up issues that are important for leadership. And of course, I think we should open up the floor for, as you have said, for reactions before we start focusing on the team, as you have said. So the floor is yours. If you have something to say, please just indicate with your hand. Either a physical hand or a virtual hand. Now raise your hand. And then you mute yourself. Well, silence means that you have explained so well that there's no problem.
Yeah, but we should be able to talk, because what the next part of the presentation, which should be coming up not long from now, must be interactive. Each of us will be able to pick up one of the qualities that I'm going to present, and of course elaborate on the quality, how that quality works vis-a-vis our vis-a-vis our company, Onpassive.
Yeah, gentlemen, want to thank you very much for all these lessons you have been giving. I'm really, I can say I'm not all that internet savvy, so I'm learning slowly. But all the same, I'm happy that I'm in a group, and I will learn. I'm always open to learning. Yeah, I'm quite a slow learner, but I'm all the same, I'm learning, at least catching one thing or the other in a day. My main problem now is creating a webinar, and even to know all these our apps, like the free apps. I don't yet know how to use them, but all the same, I'm just there. I'm prepared. I'll be learning gradually.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, our leader. Thank you. All of us are learning. We're all in the learning process. And you do, the best way to learn is to do it. That's the best way to learn. Most of the things that I personally am doing today, I never did. I didn't go through any person. I was just trying to get hands on, discover what I tried to do. I failed. I don't understand. The next time I try to do in a different way, then it goes. Then that's how we should do. And of course, now we have people around. The team is large. If you don't have, you cannot understand anything, be able to communicate. Communicate to your next, your next leader. Please, how do you go about this? Of course, we always have answers to most of the questions, and most of these qualities, how to handle ourselves as leaders in this mighty unicorn called Onpassive. The floor is open. Let's talk. Let's talk our experiences. How do we see the next 10 days? We had 11 days as of yesterday. Today we have 10. How do we see the next 10? How are we going to use the next 10 days?
Yeah, James here.
Mr. James, yes, Mr. James, over to you. You have the floor.
Can- okay. Yeah, so Leader John, thank you very much for your presentation and then your advice on what we have to do as an affiliate and early birds. Actually, what you said is true. You said so many things, and then I've seen that those are the things that we have to start doing now, especially these few days that we have ahead of us for the month to end. Because next month we are expecting huge things to happen. So this is the time that we have to do revisit. We have to inform our team members. They have to do the subscription. In fact, some of them are waiting for apples to start dropping before they do that. But I keep telling them that that is just a delay game, and one day they will blame themselves because they cannot blame we those that are telling them that they have to do. They are not ready to risk. They are not ready to risk. So if you are not ready, it means you are not ready to win as well. Or even if you win, you will be the last person to win. So I think this is the right time. We should tell them what is happening. And I normally do something. I normally go to maybe online or any this AI websites. You just type about our company on passive, and then maybe I can say, hey, do you know on passive? Then you'll see a lot of drop downs will come. The AI will explain a lot of things about on passive, the number of people visiting the page, the number of people visiting the ecosystem, the projection of the daily
Mhm.
amount the company will be making, and all those things. So sometimes I do all this thing and I send it to them for them to see that this company is not a joke. Me, I'll be saying that this is the biggest company in the world because actually, when they are rating something as big, you don't see how okay for you to rate it. You have to see how long the thing has started, what it has been able to do, everything that they have achieved, how people are using them. So you consider all those things, and when you see where Onpassive is standing now, even though many people didn't know about us yet, but when you see where we are standing now, in fact, for some few years to come, we'll be leading the top, and there is no company that can match us.
Oh, Mr. James, we've lost Mr. James, your microphone. Uh, we hope Mr. James comes back. Mr. James is one of us from Accra, Ghana. He's been very resolute. He's been very constant for the past 2 weeks in our hand-in-hand webinar. While we wait for Mr. James to get back, I'm sure he has a little problem from his own end. Any other person, please, you have any contribution to make as what Mr. James was coming up with? You're free.
Uh, Well, Francis Mufo, you had an experience you shared with me. This is an opportunity to share what you did with the rest of us. Go, I've been encouraging people to know how to set up a webinar. Those are things leaders should do. You set up a
Yeah.
webinar and get one or two people to get him to sign in. And of course,
Hello.
those who are around, please, when you are having problems, if a problem of sound, try to contact one of the leaders and check the settings of your phone and all of those. Clearing cache, checking the settings of your phone, seeing whether your all connect, OES are all updated, because we even have one version, one update that was supposed to be done today. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things have to be done, and you need to help with the team, the members of your team to do this. And those are the things that a leader should be able to do. A leader should at least be one step ahead of the other.
Yeah, if there is one thing I can boast of is no, I know I can operate my OAS easily, go in and out. Even the back office of the old founders, I can also go in and out. Then another thing is the affiliates that I have, whom I'm struggling that they should always attend. I've been given them the links of this our webinar, but none of them hardly come. So I don't know whether what the problem really. Some even tell me they cannot remember their password, they have lost their credentials, all that type of thing. So I'm just doing the bit that I can on myself. Maybe by the time I can have some bonuses, I will activate like my junior ones, the children that I want to put that I already registered like affiliates. Those are the ones I will also want to activate for them. Why they push me up, they also have at least they also I also put them into the business for their future.
Okay, Mr. Munjo, thank you very much. I think each of us should have a vision. You should have your own timetable and how you're going to carry on your leadership, how you carry on your own steps of leadership. I think he said quite a number of things which are wonderful, and I would like us to, all of us, uh, to settle on how we are going to grow our teams during this period. It is difficult, yes. There is nothing that is there's nothing good that comes easy, right? Nothing good comes easy. You must struggle
True.
for it. Anything that you just comes into you without struggling, please give it a question mark. You just sitting down like these guys who are sitting and say they want to see apples in their in their wallets. So if you sit today and you just see $10,000 in your wallet, you go and move them and use them. No,
I'm telling you.
I will question the money, the source of the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it is that is where the female are
Mm-hmm.
able to interwoven and penetrate our society today, because they promise gold and silver, which never
Mm-hmm.
arrives, and they get so many people and they lose a lot of things, and even themselves they even
Some
themselves
even
to
lose
them.
their lives.
Yeah, so
Some even lose their lives.
that is it. So let's be cautious. Yes, let's be cautious. Please, the business is a very straightforward business, very simple business. That you invite somebody, when he comes in, he buys a product, a percentage of that product is given to you as bonus.
It's
The
clearly,
person
clearly there. It's clearly
that
explained.
is very clear. The more people buy, you bring in and they buy products, the more those small coefficients come in. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we are urged to do that. If you cannot do it, all right, just stay. But know that nothing is going to be in your wallet until the company starts doing business for you. Yes, and when the
Mm-hmm.
company starts, don't expect that you or see money in your wallet overnight. You start seeing one quarters, or you first find 100% for the first person, and then the one quarters will be coming in, and of course, your team too will be growing as the company will be doing it. But if you actually initiate the growth, obviously you'll be better off than somebody who has
Go
initiated
faster.
nothing. Yes, so
Mm-hmm.
I think we used to have this story from Charles who said, okay, if you actually wanted to build, if somebody came and told a number of you that, all right, I'm going to build you a house, and then a few people, say 10 of us, a government says they'll build us a house, but then within the time that they've said they'll come and start, so some people start putting up a foundation, some people start making blocks, some people start buying iron rods and all of those things. By the time the company comes, by the time that help comes, you would already have all of those things, and then you will only be adding, and you will take a shorter time for you to arrive than somebody who sits and waits himself. He has only the virgin land standing there for you to come and start working. So let's begin. If you cannot, no problem, wait, but we urge everybody to be able to do. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Experiences with O Connect. Have we not been having problems with O Connect? If we are having problems with O Connect, how do you solve your
Yes,
problem? Yes.
yes. James here.
Okay, James, you're back. All right.
Yes. When I was speaking the first time, I totally lost the voice. Everything, the network just came
Yeah,
bad.
we understood.
Uh, so, with the problems with O Connect, I want to ask this thing. I know that when I'm using, okay, the last time you said you use phone as such, so me too. Normally, I don't use phone, but when I'm at work, using phone is better because when I'm up and down, I can be using a headset. I'll be listening to the when I home. So today, after I was at work and I wanted to join by using the code, I have the app, but I am not seeing the place where I have to put in my uh, the code, the the code, the passcode. I don't know.
Okay, Mr. James, just 1 minute before you continue. Mr. James,
Okay.
just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Did you recently recently download the apps or the old ones which are on your phone?
Uh, okay. So the old one, but when I click on it to do update, the update is not coming.
All right, please. What I advise is that you just delete
Okay.
that one, and then go
Okay.
back to your OAS and download a new one, and
That.
it will work. It will work perfectly, Mr. James.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's
Thank
that's what we are advising in this platform. Each time you have a difficulty on your desk, on your phone, on your phone app, whether it's OES or it is the O Connect, please just delete it, then go and download a new one. It will work perfectly.
you. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening,
Yeah, thank you.
Mr.
Yeah,
Murphy.
yesterday I registered. I had the opportunity of registering two new, let's say, new affiliates,
Right.
and
That's good.
so yes, I needed to make them experience what O Connect is all about. I set up a quick link for them. Uh, yeah, I set up a webinar. A short meeting for about 30 minutes with them.
Yes.
I taught them how they could log in and then how they could click the link and then join the meeting. We had a very good experience. They were so happy with it. So as we speak, they are struggling to see that within the next 2 days, at least they will subscribe to O Connect. They have been using Zoom, but they actually told me that Zoom has been very costly. it consumes data a lot. So they saw that O Connect doesn't consume anything as far as data is concerned. It consumes less compared to what they have been experiencing with Zoom. So they say they used to attend family meetings using Zoom, but it used to be very expensive to handle such things. So they are so happy with it. I said the only thing they can do is that they should subscribe so that they can be able to set up their family meetings and then do their things well with O Connect. They will be far better than any other else. Thank you. That's the short experience I had yesterday. So any new person that I will subscribing, that I will be registering, I will make sure that I do a short meeting with them so that they should see and then see how they can subscribe. So as I speak, I've already they were supposed to be here. I've just written with them backstage. They're struggling to connect back to join this one, but it's unfortunate that they have not succeeded. But I'm still backstage working with them.
Okay, that's fine,
The
Mr.
problem, and the problem now is that of connection network. The network is the problem. Otherwise, I believe they would have already been here. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Francis, that's good. I think that is what these are the experiences which you should be sharing. We should be sharing such experiences. Yes, the only way to know how to do this thing is to do it. That's the only
Yeah.
way. You do it. When you make a mistake, do it. You know, click, and click. Yes, and our CEO has made this platform for us. It's very user friendly. He has said that the best is still to come. Right? That what we are seeing now is not the best. The best is still to come. And if we're already using considerably very low volume data now, then guess what will happen later on when we go down to that 1/4 that he talked of sometimes ago? Then it will be wonderful. We will not have we will not have any competition from any person from any of such platforms worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your leaders, the floor is open. Mr. James, we lost you once more. Leader John. Hello.
Mr. James is here.
Okay. I thought you had
Yes.
some. I thought you had some other thing to say.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Well,
Okay. Sorry.
the next topic will also
All
help.
right.
I will
Okay.
talk
All
about.
right. Okay. All right. We want to start off the
Yeah.
actually the theme of the day. I think Leader John, if you are there, I think you can kickstart.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can kickstart
Yeah.
actually the theme of the day so that we can.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Let me make just one more comment before we go to that one.
Okay.
To say that we are urging people to keep working. The majority of them are out there waiting for money.
Mhm.
But when they hear that those who are active are having something, that's when they rush and start asking questions from the beginning. Some of them will not even remember their passwords and things like that, how to access their account. Those are the problems you should be expecting as leaders. And of course, they will think that that's the mentality of thinking that Onpassive has money kept somewhere in a large bank that will be moving and sharing. In spite of the fact that we have been talking about the fact that Onpassive is a product-based company. It is the company sells product, you sell a product, and then you have a commission. Along the line, there might be bonuses. But you have to do. There's nothing like completely free lunch. What the company is actually saying is that a lot of the hard work will be done by the company for you.
Mhm.
So it is time that people should be proactive. If doing it like Mr. Buka has just said, that signing up to people for free. There's nothing easier. You set it up for free. You set up the meeting, even a quick one. The signing, they are excited, and they are in your team. before long they'll be paying. So we were saying that all of these discussions I was saying are leading us of the major theme of the day, which is linked to all the discussions we have been doing. That has to do with leadership. Leadership is a lot about sacrifice. Leadership is a lot about, it's not about yourself, it's about others.
Others.
Yes. That's why we say that when we're presenting DV here, we're saying that okay, he's been doing the presentations and not thinking about himself. If he was thinking about himself, he will focus on his team. If I were thinking about himself, he will I'll focus on the team, my direct team. If many of you leaders in the house were thinking about yourselves, you will be focusing on your team and those who are directly linked to you and those who directly give you commission. And if you are a leader and you are here, it is because you are also thinking about other people. That is leadership is in your mind. It is not an appointment. I remember, Vivi, I remember there was, I think it was Mayor who called some people to attend the meeting and they were complaining about the fact that they didn't want to go to a meeting and make some people leader. It seemed as if so
Yeah.
a little bit funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed as if the people were thinking that by going to by attending a meeting, you are going to make somebody a leader. If you don't make somebody, if you don't make somebody a leader, you yourself cannot be a leader.
Be a leader, yeah.
Because you yourself will need somebody to make you a leader. But in non-passive, the money is made in such a way that you can make yourself a leader by learning about the company, assisting somebody else, and then you are a leader because you are able to help somebody. It's not about appointments, it's not about appointing somebody and stuff like that. So today, I would like us to we focus a little bit. We focus a little bit on that. All of what we're discussing has to do with is linked directly or indirectly to leadership. So we try to see how we can focus our minds on what leadership is, what true leadership is, and we need to focus on that. I was just initially when I was introducing the meeting, I was citing the lessons from Colin Powell. Colin Powell is a former American Secretary of State. He's late. He was also chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, and that's the America's #1 military officer. So he upon retirement, he was really very interested in talking to young people. So he kept on giving them some of his things were titled "Lessons from the Infantry," lessons we learned from the military, and that's why I was saying that he kept on. One of those things that I kept repeating to them was, if you are a leader and you are facing difficult times, you shouldn't show any signs of those difficulties for your followers to see, because you just kill everything and everything collapse. So leadership has a lot of sacrifices that go along with it. That is a lesson from Colin Powell, and we have a concrete example of that leadership from our CEO. He has faced numerous problems, and each time it comes to a meeting, you see him joking, you think that everything is fine, whereas there are problems behind. And it's only when the problems are really getting solved that he starts telling us. Sometimes he just gives hints. When this problem of processors came up, he just said, well, this is what we're facing. And at one point, he said, we have this number of steps left. The other time, he came and said they were down to 3. And now he says they're down to
0.
Just to justify, because we're anxious. If we were not over anxious and ask the question and say, well, oh, this, and that, he would have just been solving the problems alone and would just think that nothing is actually happening in the background. That is leadership. That is true leadership. That is genuine leadership. You take the bullets, you are a shock absorber for the team, for your team. And that is a big lesson we should learn. If you are out to gain advantage, if you look around the world, the leaders, especially in Africa, the leaders who are interested in putting money in their pocket don't provide leadership. If you look at Nelson Mandela, we don't know Nelson Mandela because buildings or money came anywhere. But his name is there all the time. His name is there, and people around the world keep quoting him and trying to associate with him. I was listening to President Trump the other day. He was struggling to link himself to Mandela. It's not because of money. So leadership has to do with a lot of sacrifices. So over to you, BB, and get into other details
Wow.
on leadership so that we can continue.
Thank you again very much, Leader John. I think I will not pretend that I'm going to do any justice to this theme. I'm going to present a few highlights, and then we are going to now we'll brainstorm on the highlights and more, because what I'm presenting is just the tip of the iceberg. It's not all of what leadership entails.
And then I'm not interrupting you, BB. And then when he's talking, BB, just 1 second. When
Yes,
BB
sir.
is giving those highlights, see which of those highlights resonate with you, which of them strike you, and then you can make comments on it. Go ahead, BB.
Yeah, thank you very much, Leader John. I think when when Leader John sent the invitation to this meeting this morning, when I picked up, I saw the theme, leadership. Oh, I said, that is wonderful, because we did not discuss about it before they sent out the flyers. So when I saw that it was on leadership, I said, that's fine, because all of us in Onpassive are called to be leaders. That is the first thing, the first assignment that all of us did in joining Onpassive is that we should be leaders. And what was a leader at that first point? That get this information and pass it on. That is what we were told. That was just the reason why I joined Onpassive in 2020. Is to say, get the information and pass it on. At that time, there was nothing for us to use concretely to prove that the company had, because they only talk of prospective product. But now we have a lot of products which we can use. We have O Connect, which is right there and one of the best platforms that we can. We have heard of the word leadership all over and over. I think many of us have heard what a leader is. A leader is a servant. A leader is one who holds a hand. A leader is the one who directs and gives room or gives light. A leader is one who sits down, assembles what is good, and tries to make his people understand. When all of these things resonated in my mind this morning, I tried to come out to find out some basic qualities. What are the qualities of a leader? What are the qualities of a leader? And there are as many as there are human beings who lead. The qualities of leaders as many as human beings who lead. When I picked up these first 12, I shared them with our leader in a number of slides, 12 slides. And what are these first, or not, I will not call them first, what are these leadership skills which we expect of us? As Leader John said, I am only touching them on top. When I touch them, then you find out how close that role is to you, or that characteristic of leadership is to you, and how it applies with you and Onpassive. 12 leaders, 12 leadership skills. The first one is self-awareness. Yes. Who are you? Where are you? What are you dealing with? Whom are you dealing with? These are the questions we talk of self-awareness. We are dealing with Onpassive. Onpassive is a is a unicorn company that was created by Ash Mufare since 2018. And what was the reason? The reason was to produce SaaS product, software as a service. They are not physical products. They are products, IT products, which they started visualize that they were going to do, and they have been doing that. And today we have very concrete ones. So we should be aware that the products are there. We should be aware that we can only succeed in this business by being part of the business through first, like being a founder, as most of us here were, by coming in through the $97, and subsequently be aware that we should get the products in order to put in our shop so that we can reap some benefit from the company, and of course extend the vision of the company to all the corners of the world. So that is the first role of the first characteristic or the first quality of leadership. You should be aware of what or where you are going to. You should be self, and of course be able to conduct yourself where you are going to. The second characteristic is respect. Respect. What is respect? Respect is a give and take. It is knowing who we are and how we can move along with those who are near us. Respect is giving to Caesar what is Caesar and to God what is God. Respect is honoring our own deadline so that the others can be able to set in their own deadline. Respect is where your freedom ends and where the freedom of others start. That is respect. That is the second quality of leadership, which a good leader should have. As I said earlier on, these 12 qualities, every good leader must have them. If you have less, well, you should be able to build more. But these are not all. There are many more of them. And of course, if we look at these 12 that I'm going to present, which I'm presenting, our CEO Ash has all of them and more. So that was the second, our second characteristic or quality of leadership, of a good leader. The third quality is compassion. What is compassion? For a love of what you are doing. Do you love what you are doing? Because some of us came into Onpassive here just to wait and see whether there is money dropping in your back office or in your wallet. Some of us did not have this love of trying to know more about what the company is doing and moving along with the passion of the company. So compassion is following the passion of somebody. So if the company had a passion, we should have the compassion. We should be able to follow what the company is doing, what Onpassive is doing. And in order that we actually deliver the goods, we actually fulfill the mission of our CEO, we should be able to understand what they are doing and just follow their footsteps. That is why most of the time our CEO says, please don't add to what he has said. We know that he always talks in figures of speech. If you don't understand what he's saying, don't add what you don't understand. So follow his compassion or follow his passion. The fourth quality is vision. What is our vision? Each of us has a vision. We know very well that we are following the vision of one person today. Ash had a vision. Ash he's been in in the IT industry for decades. And within this decade, he was very good at making or recruiting, at making customers for many companies. He did this for so many companies and went back and asked himself, why am I only doing this to other people? Can I not sit down myself and also produce something which I will carry on and also hand over to others? That was his vision. The vision of SaaS, the vision of software as a service, which Ash came out with, and his own vision. This vision was one of the earliest in modern times, because this vision of not just creating IT products, but using artificial intelligence as the base of all the products. This is the first company that had that vision. So we should be proud that our CEO had that vision, and we should be able to follow his vision. But while following his own vision, we should be able to have our own individual vision. As a member of Onpassive, what is your vision in the next 1 year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? As a member of Onpassive, what is your vision for your family? What is your vision for your community? What is your vision for your country and for the world at large? This is a characteristic of good leadership. The fifth characteristic, or the fifth the fifth path that a good leader should pass through is communication. Communication, being able to pass out information, being able to replicate what you have been told, that is communicating. And we have inside Onpassive seen this. It goes on, and that is why it is because of this communication that Ash saw that he should create one whole department on communication. And we know that the communication department of Onpassive is all media, which has its capital in Cairo. So communication is a very important tool. It's a very important ingredient of a good leader. You should be able to give out, say what you have in your heart. You'll be able to listen and pass out. So that is our fifth ingredient of a good leader. The sixth ingredient of a good leader is the learning ability. Yes, people have different abilities of learning. Some are fast learners, some are slow learners. We know that in education. Those of us who are educationists, we know that. But we should accommodate everybody in our teams. There are some people who learn slowly, some which learn fast. So accommodate them and give the slow learner time to be able to understand what the company all entails. For the fast learner, allow the fast learner to continue, because he will learn more and get back. He will get back to the rest to show the level where he is. So that is our sixth ingredient. Our seventh ingredient is collaboration. Collaboration is very important. You find that Ash started as an individual. Within a very short time, he created, most of us who are old in Onpassive know that he created what he called a leadership team. Yes, big leaders. And how was this leadership team created? By the following. Each leader that I saw had a big following. He made him a member of the leadership team. So those big leaders I will find today around Ash are those that have also very great following, because there are people who pass on information. They learn the information, they had the passion of Ash, got it, and then passed on to others, and their team started growing. And of course, they had they entered the leadership team. The leadership team, of course, was cancelled last year. And of course, the company has a new vision of course, which he's carrying on with now, though still collaborating with those very, very knowledgeable, those very important members or affiliates or founders who have a lot to offer. Many of us may not have a lot to offer, but there are people who have a lot to offer. And Ash has taken advantage of this. He's been using them. He's been collaborating with them so as to make the company better. So that is one of the roles of or one of the ingredients of a good leader, that you collaborate. The eighth ingredient is influence. What is your influence as a leader? Is your influence felt? Do people know that you are this person? And if we look at Ash, you see the influence that he's wielding now. Ash is carrying influence of, there is no president presently that can carry the influence that Ash has, because within a very short time, there will be wildfire. When the internet quake comes up, you find what is the influence that you are being impacted by this person. Your lifestyle, the way you do things are following the footsteps of this person. That is where influence is. And of course, that is what it draws us to what is good and bad. You see, there is no good thing that can become bad. And you find that good leaders are those that project goodness and truth. Good leaders are those that project correct things and people are faithful to them. That is ingredient number 8. Ingredient number 9 is integrity. Integrity. In society, how will people take you? Integrity. Do people take you as a leader, or as a liar, or as somebody who's able to march or carry people forward? So those people with high integrity are people that others have trust in. When somebody has high integrity, it means many people trust in him. So a good leader should be one which you are following has trust in you. Number 10, a good leader should be one who has courage. Courage. He should be courageous. And that is one of the qualities, please, that Ash, I've seen in this gentleman called Ash. The guy is courageous. Yes. He says, he has been saying this to us now, right? No human being can stop what he's doing. There's only God that can stop him. That is courage. That is courage. Nothing which is made of human blood, as he says again, can stop the flame of Onpassive. So that is courage. We should be courageous. Let's be full of courage, be able to put our legs on the ground and do what is correct. Number 11, gratitude. Being able to give thanks. Being able to turn backwards and say, oh, please, my brother, my sister, thank you for what you have done. Because community life is that of interdependence. If you want to be interdependent, you must have a high sense of gratitude. That is what many leaders lack. And of course, if you lack this one, it means that you are not a good leader. Those good leaders are those that turn backwards and say thank you, even to the smallest who is below them. Then our last quality, my own last quality, not the last quality of leadership, is resilience. Yes, resilience. Being able to stand for. Being able to stand for what you think is correct. Being able to continue with what you think is correct. That is the resilience. So, sorry, I just said this is a tip of the iceberg, Leader John. As I said, I was going to present these qualities that I just picked up haphazardly. And of course, I will share them with more people, and each of us can be able to research more into them, and we'll use in subsequent meetings. Thank you very much. That is what I had to offer today.
Thank you. That was a beautiful presentation, Bibi. I think
Thank you
if we
very,
are listening,
very much,
if
sir.
we're listening,
Yeah.
if we were listening, we definitely have been hearing that we have been missing a lot in terms of leadership. If we
Presentation.
pick up only a few of those characteristics and put them into practice, would have gone far in Onpassive. So I think we want to thank you for that presentation, and to say that, and to just say that if you look at influence, imagine that sometimes you have people who tell us that, well, I talk to people, they don't listen. I talk to people, they don't listen. It means that you lack something.
Yep.
There's a problem of leadership of influence. How much influence do you have with people that you know? If you talk to somebody, because there are people in Onpassive who have not even a single people in their team. If you are in Onpassive and you don't have one person in your team, then you should ask yourself the question that definitely there's something wrong with you. You should at least have a best friend, a good family member who at least can see with you eye to eye, a classmate, a social group mate, those kind of things. At least you should have a few persons who will have a certain trust in you. So that's why we're saying that these characteristics are really important for us to look at them, and they will help us in preparing, at least in the next few days and going forward. If we apply these characteristics, I think they can be very helpful for us in building our teams, helping ourselves, and helping the company as well. So, as we initially said, we are opening up the floor for discussions. You pick up you pick up the you pick up the item or the characteristics that strikes a note with you, and then you have one or two things to say about it. So it's time for your reactions, please.
Yeah, okay, Leader John. Before they start reacting, please, when you are not talking, you put off your microphone. You see, I've been tempted to put off everybody whose microphone was open, so that when you want to talk now, you open your microphone. And we really urge people, if you are not talking, put off your microphone so that there is no disturbance in the background. Thank you very much. Over to you. The floor is open.
Yeah, James here.
Yeah, Mr. James, you get on.
Yes, Leader John, thank you very much for the amazing presentation. In fact, you said the few things you mentioned are just what you think or what you have for today. But I think it has covered everything, almost everything, because looking at the whole thing, let's say we want to look into characteristics of a good leader. Yeah, all the points you have mentioned are the important ones that we have to look out for in a leader, and that will cover every other thing. So let's take something like you talk about a good leadership, then you have to know how to communicate to people. If you are a good leader and you don't know how to talk to people, maybe someone asks some question, or someone is talking, the way the person is talking is trying to uh, uh, touch your heart, or you want to get bored. But as a good leader, you just have to control yourself. You hold yourself together, you put yourself together, and then you try to understand what the person is saying, even if it's something that will make you angry. Because you are in public, you hold yourself. Then maybe after that, you can contact the person. Then the two of you discuss it. You tell him or her, oh, this and this, I think if it's like this it will be the best. So things like that, they are part of the characteristics of a good leader. And I know that Mr. Ash I've been experiencing that in Mr. Ash. Sometimes some posts that people will do, you see them, you see how they put out the post, and then if he doesn't have heart, because he knows what he's doing, he knows that what is the best is what he's trying to bring to us. But we as human beings, sometimes we tend to be something else. So if he's not having that heart, if he's not having the leadership quality, he will not be able to communicate to all of us well. Sometimes on the panel, we see how he talks to people freely, and then that in that case we can say humility. Look at the position he is. Look at the position Mr. Ash is. So we take humility too as one of the qualities of a good leader. Look at his position. This company is not small company. We shouldn't have been seeing him cry. We shouldn't have been seeing him maybe once a while before we see him. But this one, he will come. Everybody will throw his questions. Then he will try, even if it seems the question doesn't make sense, he will try and answer it very well. He doesn't get angry. You will not see that in him. So he is very, very humble. And that is why this company keeps growing. So we as leaders too, we have to learn these characters from Mr. Ash, because we are following him. It's because of him, because of the way he's humble. That's why we have been able to reach where we are now as early birds too. If not, we'll just say something and he will be angry, and you say, "Hey, without you, I can do my thing. So everybody go away. I can do my own thing." But it's not like that. So, and another one too, you talked about confidence. You talk about confidence. It's true. As a leader, you have to be confident. You have been saying that, as you said, oh, without with God, nobody can stop Onpassive. It's true, because God is there, and he said he's a believer. He's a believer. He knows that because God is there, there is nobody on this earth that can stop Onpassive. And that is true, because he knows that what he is doing, God is behind him. He is confident in himself. He knows that what he's bringing is not 50-50 thing. So it's either he die or the thing succeed. And look at the last webinar that he appeared on. He said it clearly that even if he died today, Onpassive will be alive. He has done it. He said it confidently that even if he dies today, Onpassive is a done deal. He has finished his job. He has accomplished what he is born to he was born to come and do. He has accomplished it. Because even if it's not there, the root is strong. The foundation is very strong that it can never collapse. So he is so confident. And then I like that. I really like that about him, because anytime he talks and he say that, I normally record that side and put on my status for people to listen to it, for them to know that Onpassive is a done deal, whatever you do. So recently I even posted something. I said, whether you like it or not, Onpassive is the biggest IT company in the world. I put it there, whether you like or not, it's the biggest. It's the looking at the size, our size, the things we have. See, what is preventing us right now is that payment issue which they have resolved. Now that everything has been resolved, in the next 10 days, we will see things that will happen. We will see how Onpassive will go viral when they try to, when they start clearing the pending accounts, and everybody will be talking about Onpassive. We will see how Onpassive will go viral. When you go to the internet, you type Onpassive, it is there live. A lot of things, O Connect, O Mail, O Trim, O Academy. You will see all those things. That means we are popular on social media. So it's only that payment issue that is bringing us behind. But now that problem has been solved, We will see what will happen. Me, I know that even as at now, is the biggest and is the best. Um, as a leader too, you have to involve yourself in so many things, like the area where, because you have to know, as a leader you have to know a lot of things so that you can guide your people to follow that route. So let's say you limit yourself within one corner, it means you will not be able to get vision. So you need to have vision, and to have that vision, you have to put yourself in so many things. You have to try so many things. Oh, you know that this is not my fault, but okay, let me just try it and see how it will be. If I try this and it's okay, then I can tell my followers to also do the same thing. So how can we apply that to Onpassive as leaders? Right now that we are here, we know that a lot of things are there that we have to do. For instance, even our softwares that we are using, you will say, "Oh, me, I don't have anybody I can invite so that we do or connect meetings because I don't teach anybody, I don't do this." So you don't use it. But the thing is, if you are not using it, how will you be able to teach the people? So as a leader, you have to find a way to, even if you have to create account yourself, just create the account yourself. If you have two accounts, you create account and you join as a co-host or a guest, or maybe um, uh, second host. Then with your second account, then you see how the features are, you see how you practice everything yourself, so that when you are presenting it to someone, you know exactly what you are talking about. You can even invite your friends and say, oh, I want to try this. Okay, I want to try this. So because I don't have anybody, I want you to be my guest or something. Then I'll see how the system works. You can even do that. Then you try all those things yourself. When you bring it to Onpassive, it will help you to be able to. So as leaders, we have to try our best to um practice the things ourselves. If you made in your previous this thing, you made comment about me, ex soldier, or let's say WO, who always keeps advising the young ones what to do, how to be prepared, and those things. Yes, if you have not done the thing yourself, how will you be able to tell people? So you yourself, you have to try, you have to practice it. You don't know how to drive a car. Now you are trying to teach someone how to drive a car. That will not help. So as a leader, whatever you are telling the people, you have to try your best and know that, and know what you are saying before you tell them. Uh, I think the points are there. You've made a lot of points, but I have to leave the floor for someone else to also come in. So, thank you very much. I've learned a lot. I have to apply all the things that you said. I have to try and apply all of them in my daily life as a leader. Then, in that case, I can also build my team and know how to talk, communicate with them well, so that they can subscribe and use the products. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Leader James. I think this is what we want. That is why we're here. We exchange exchange our knowledge, and we're able to motivate each other with the way we talk, what we say, and how we go about it. I think that is what we need. And I would like to remind all of us again that at the end of this webinar, we post the recording to the to our groups. So please, after the webinar, you can go back, you listen to what we have said again over and over, whether it makes a little bit more sense. As we said last time, we don't do any. Onpassive does not do any direct streaming during a webinar. It's only after 1 hour after you are finish your webinar, Your recording is ready now in the back office, and then you go and download your recording, and you can now stream it to your YouTube channels that you want. Thank you again, Mr. James, for again highlighting and coming up with a subset of the first characteristic, self-awareness, which is humility, which is one of the basic things that we know, which we really need in order to go through. And I think this is one of the qualities, or one of the tools that each of us should pray for, so that we'll be able to get our lives move better. Thank you very much. The floor is open. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Sanga, his hand was up. It's not as if he's dropped the hand. Mr. Sanga?
Yes, BB, thank you very much. I'm very impressed with your well-structured and rich presentation. I was really keen to ask a question, and because I was taking notes, but
Yes.
from what the last speaker has said, and from the reminder that you have made, that we can even go back and get this recorded, because I've been making notes, but I missed your first point. I missed the first point and took down only the thing, but I don't think we should worry about that. Now I know how I will get the whole thing. Yeah, it's fine. Fine, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you
Okay,
very
Mr.
much.
Sanga. Mr. Sanga, thank you. Actually, the first one was self-awareness, which is linked
Yes.
to humility,
Okay.
which Mr. James just brought up. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sanga.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, the floor is open. You have any contribution? Yeah, Mr. Chumo, your hand is up.
Yeah, I'm extremely impressed about the talk on leadership. And I must start at home. You, the speaker, Mr. Mukemfo, you show the sense of responsibility and the qualities of leadership, the way you've been handling us. I'm very, very impressed. And you take time to explain things. You take time to welcome people, especially Mr. Mokenfo, when I go to his office. And I think it's a very good thing, because Ash, before I even make a comment about Ash, he is somebody, sometimes I wonder whether he sleeps, because everywhere he's called, he's up. And he takes his time to explain things to people. He has the patience. Even if things are difficult, you see him when he comes out, he's calm. He talks to everybody. He does not discriminate, and all those qualities. So I'm very grateful that you've pointed out all this. And unfortunately, most of us are not here to get them from you. But as you said, the recording should be posted, and we would like to listen to it again. So I'm just making a comment. So I would like to listen to it again. And I also think that Mr. Mukemfo, please, I'll plead with you. I'll still come to your office and follow all the aspects of a webinar or conference. And sir, as you also said, that we can easily open, I don't know where you said we can open and communicate directly, because that is the key. Because if we cannot run a good seminar you as a leader, and following those qualities you've given, will try to maintain them. But first, setting up a seminar, and then distributing it. So you see, at one point, when we started this company, I used to talk to people. I would talk to people in the taxi. I would talk to people that I come across everywhere. Some saw the vision, but some bluntly told me that your internet thing is it's a waste of time. But each time you come up, or Mr. Mukenform, and meet him, we discuss amicably. He explains everything you want. He's not angry. But I'm also happy that during some of the seminars, I see him. He's one of those who is always making comments, and the leaders out there to always comment on him. So please, I'm very, very grateful, sir. And I think these 10 days, I'll do my best, because if one is not able to set up a seminar through which you can communicate, it will be difficult. You are there in the States, I'm here in Cameroon, you are talking and I'm getting you. James is in Ghana, he's spoken. So what do we want? So the key here now is setting up a seminar or a webinar, and you coordinate it. When one is in that position, then one will be able to talk to people and do it, and they'll see it, and they'll be convinced. So that's a little contribution, sir, that I have. And thank you very much. I thank Mr. Mokenfor, because you people, you are not only saying, talking about Ash. I know all what you're saying about Ash. It's wonderful, because I look at him. Even one of the seminars, he says, if you want to do something, if you stay and you cannot do something, you only observe, you've done nothing. You must do it
action.
yourself.
Take action.
Must do it yourself. And that's my policy too. Even if I ask questions repeatedly, I want to know, because when I know, that's it. Even when in school, in the university, many people or many of my classmates will ask, oh, Chumbo, or rather the lecturers, because I will always talk to them when they can't go ahead. I must ask and know. So it is good, sir. Thank you very much. And thank Mr. Mokenfor, because he shows, you people show what you are talking about. Especially when Mr. Mokenfor, when I learned that he had an accident. You see him struggling. So I'm very grateful. But the basic is we must know how to set up seminars, because once you are able to set up a seminar, you can now link people around the world, anywhere. When you create and then you send the link. I've already talked to some people here. There's one young man here who is a student in the university in Bamenda. I've spoken to him, and I think tomorrow I'll still give him details. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Chumbo. We thank all of us for being here. That is why we're here. We thank the World Wide Web for putting us together. We thank Sir Ash for connecting to us to be one family in Onpassive. I think the globe is just a small small dot on the in the universe, and therefore we are going to ride on. So thank all of us for that. I think we'll continue holding our hands and seeing what we can do as the days go by. And of course, again, I want to remind us that our team members who have not yet subscribed should subscribe before the end of this period, because we know very well that when we subscribe, we first subscribed in September. Ash told us that that the founder position was going to run for 1 year. So I think he said afterwards that because of the problems that we're facing, he was going to give us a new date. So we are waiting for a new date, and we suspect that the new date will be the date that we are beginning these new versions of O Connect. And most probably, as all of us are seeing, it may be the 1st of June 2024. So we are all in the boat. We are working. Let's be steadfast. Let's give out correct information about our company. Let's pray for our CEO and his tech team and the family. They are passing through a lot of trouble day in, day out. We know he used to tell us that he dies every day and resurrects. And it's true because of us. And if the company is doing such a heavy lifting for us, who are we not to be able to do the little learning which we are doing now, and in order to be part of this global movement? Thank you. The ball is open. Again, the floor is open for any person who wants to contribute.
Yeah, sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, you are free, Mr. Chu.
Yeah, I've been following up the seminars outside, rather in the States there, you people, Britain, the leaders, Redfern, and Andy and Michael, and you see they talk very well. Now, there's a point that they raise. I would just like you to clear it to me, whether I never got them well, because they said, I think it's Redfern, that when you, as we have we've registered into the company or subscribe, you don't need to with time. Now, and he mentioned the fact that you have to, when your money comes, you either withdraw or you keep it there for subsequent sales that come in, and that you can buy anything into your shop. So, and he quoted himself that he will buy everything, anything that comes out he will buy. So I'd like you to throw some light on that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chumbo. I think all of us leaders inside here, we know from inception that Ash was very clear that we are going to pay only twice out of pocket. First, by being a founder, $97, which all of us did, most of us inside here, to become founders, and later on, from the 1st of September 2023, to buy the first product to put in our shop. That's our own founder, to make sales, of course. At the same time, he said that as you come in, the more sales, the more people you bring in your team, the more sales you are making. But the company fundamentally is going to do the marketing for you. That AI is going to send us traffic. Not coming out of pocket more than twice means what? That during every cycle, Mr. Chumbo, you are going to have enough money in your wallet that at least would buy one product for the next cycle. Because you must be in business every cycle in order to benefit. You may not buy every product, right? But you must buy at least one. Presently, it's only one. But when they become so many, you are free. Those people who have greater vision, those people who are more gullible to holding a lot more, they will go and buy everything. But those who don't have, they will buy just a few. So it depends on your vision. If your vision is a big one, you go for everything. If your vision is a small one, you go for the little. But be rest assured that at the end of every cycle, what you have in your wallet will be enough for you to renew or to buy the next product. So presently, what does it tell? Presently, many of us have commissions in our back office. Yes, because we brought in people. But many other people don't have anything in their back office. So they are now waiting for AI. So in order to stay in business, take for example, let's just take that first of June, we are going to begin. Those who have nothing in their back office would have to be in business, following what our CEO said. Meaning, therefore, that before the 1st of June, the company will make it available that they give out traffic that can generate some sales for those people, which they can now use to purchase at least one product for the next cycle. So, Mr. Chumbo is very clear. When you enter, you pay once, twice, that is all. The number of products that you put in your shop now will depend on your own vision. But you must have a basic one product every cycle. And what is a cycle? A cycle is 1 month. So that is Onpassive cycle is 1 month. So at the end of every month, you are going to go into the cycle again and repurchase. Good enough, they will not be asking you to pay. The system will surely have what you call the serve renewal, the renewal process. Most companies do that. You just need to withdraw to renew. If there is income in your wallet, it will just be taken from there, and your first product is renewed. Then the other ones, if you don't have money, you look for money to put there. That is not extra investment. But for the first product, it will always be there. Is it okay? Does it make any sense?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
So,
okay.
in which case, one should be prepared to get a second product, even from the dividend that comes up in the first sales.
Yeah, it depends on how much the products will cost, Mr. Chumbo. Take, for example, if the product is going to cost $100 or 100 O coin, it means that each of us must have at least 100 O coins in your wallet in order to renew the cycle, right? But if another product comes up, let's say, if we take for example, a second product comes up, another paid product comes up, which is another $100 or $50, then you need to go out somewhere to look for the money to pay, because you have a vision to have a bigger shop.
Okay.
Is that good? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
In which case, you can even what comes, you don't need to withdraw. You can keep it there.
Good.
A second product.
Thank you, Mr. Chumbo. If you have your income that comes in, you want it to remain there for you to buy more than one product, fair and good. But that's why we said at the beginning that if you have anything in your wallet now, please don't struggle to withdraw. Wait until you pay for the next cycle before you start withdrawing. Because you withdraw now, and then the next cycle wants you to be in business. If you don't have it there, you have to now go out of pocket, and it will be painful, right?
Yeah.
It will be painful. It will be painful. But if the money was there in your wallet, they will just renew it for you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. The house is we are at 2 hours 13 minutes. Again, quite a lengthy webinar today, and the number of people towards the end is very encouraging. Again, we encourage all of us to try to go through the recording. The recording will come out probably when you are asleep. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, you should be able to see the recording for those of us who are in Cameroon.
Okay, the recording will be sent through.
I will post the recording in our groups.
Okay.
Yes. What you do, take for example, I'm telling you what you do also in your webinars. In your webinar, when you start your webinar, private webinar with your people, hit on the record button, then choose on the cloud, public, hit on the public button. It will be recorded on the cloud. At the end of the webinar, that recording is kept in your back office for you to go and download, and then you can send to anywhere that you want.
So that's why I say that the essential, the basic now is to know how to set the seminar, to know what happens as you're saying.
Yes,
either recording, yes, you're recording it in the cloud or wherever, and what subsequently can happen to the recording. Yes. I think it's very, very good. Yeah. I really need to know, sir. I need to know all this.
Yeah, please. We are at your service, please. We have said that any time that you have, any of us has a problem with O Connect now, please call one of us. Like in Bamenda, go to Mr. Mekenfo if he's in the office. For me, I'm ready to solve any of your problems or any person's problem at any time, if I can do that. So make sure that I fall within my time, that our on day here is different from your on day there. So you make sure you call me from about 2 p.m. Cameroon time, because 2 p.m. Cameroon time will be 6 a.m. where I am.
Okay.
You can call between 2 p.m. Cameroon time up to the time you go to sleep. You get me at any time, please. If you call me for a problem, I'm going to set a webinar with the two of us. And then I'm going to share my screen with you, because I will not be afraid to tell you what to do now on my screen. We have avoided sharing screens in public meetings because we don't know who are those in the background who want to use certain information for some other thing. That is why we don't share our screens again in public webinars again. But if we are two of us, and I know who you are, I share my screen, and we'll go through the back office and tell you what to do and the various steps.
Yeah, sir, I would like to get a pen and get your number. So
my number, you are in Bamenda 1, right? All my numbers are all there. Let me publish. Let me put it on the. Let me put my number on those who, for the benefit of other people now. Let me put my number on the chat. Right?
Yeah, but really, I would like to copy it and put it in my phone.
All right, take now. I wanted to put it here so that I can copy from the chat, but if you want it verbal, let me give you +1.
Yeah.
+1 is a code for you.
No, let me come, sir. Let me come.
I will put it for everybody. Those who have,
I'm really lucky today that I've
those who can access
my phone has been able to get.
Please, my number is on the chat group, on the chat already. So if you want the number there, you just go there, +1 240 217 6762. +1
+1.
Yes. 240 217 6762.
217
6762.
6762. Okay.
Yes. That's my number.
Yeah, +1 240 217 6762.
Exactly. That's my number. That's my number.
Okay, sir.
So please, for the benefit of any other person in the group, my number is there on the chat group. You can copy it from there also.
Okay. It seems as if only two of us are present now.
No. We are 13 in the house now. 14.
Yeah, we are 13. We are 13.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are 14. We are 14 in the house. Yeah. Only two of us are talking. Okay. Maybe on your screen, on my screen, I'm seeing 14 people.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, there are 14 people.
On my screen, I just see the two of us talking and.
Yeah, no.
We are 14.
14. On your phone screen, you only see those few.
I'm on a laptop. On a laptop, I'm seeing all of us.
Good, right, good.
Okay.
Yeah, laptop, you see everybody.
Okay.
We are not talking, we're listening.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Ate, you have been very quiet today.
Yes. I even thought
Right,
he was off.
I was so tired today because I was beaten by the sun. I was doing lots of things today, so
Okay.
I just had to sit down and listen now to
Okay.
Okay.
really relax. Yes.
Leader John too was
Okay.
taken out of us here. He has not come back. That is why we are waiting for him to come back. And he must come back to stop the recording. Because the recording is being done by him, not by me.
Okay.
Dr. Chimaga, you are welcome. The number of people came in later on. Madame Evelyn Tanto, you are welcome. Mr. Charles Sato was here with us since Mr. Bila, you're welcome. Madame Julie Che, you're welcome. All of these people, yeah, all of those people. Mr. Munten, you're welcome. Well, we're waiting for a leader to come and shut down the group now. He's the one to shut down. Let me find out what is happening with him. Indeed, it's amazing. The meeting is amazing. Good. That is one of the things that we can use. That is the ticker that has been put. Yes.
Okay.
That's one of the things that you see under the amazing meeting. Yes, you can put that.
Yeah.
You put anything under there, it would go under the ticker. You go to the ticker and you just type what you want and publish it. Yes, that's the third button. The third button on your left when you if you are the host.
All these details are good. I don't see the other Zoom meetings that they have things like this, and it really makes our group unique.
Well,
The features.
we do what we can at least to highlight and to make our people. What is all of the end product of this? Just that more and more of our people should be able to join this family. Because
Yes.
we see the vision. The more we are in this vision, in this family, we know where we are. We know the background where we are. The more of us who are here, take for example, that you become better in your family, Mr. Chumbo. You more of us in Cameroon are better tomorrow. It means that we have a better Cameroon, right? We'll be
Yeah.
able to change our families, we'll change our villages, we'll change our towns and and very soon the whole country will be a wonderful country. So
Yeah. So
we'll forget.
yeah, when you talk about the family, my junior brother in South Africa, I've put him there, but he's lukewarm.
Don't
The
bother
other
about
one
that.
say, "Oh, that is internet thing. We don't. We do."
Mr.
He's
Chumbo, don't bother. They will come in,
yeah,
don't bother. I have children, I have so many children who I've put them, they have accounts inside. Some of them are interested in it, some of them are not. Some of them are seeing near their noses. They don't have long distant vision. Yes, most of our
yeah,
children have short distant vision. They don't have long-term vision. So you
yeah.
allow
They
them.
just want immediately,
Of
immediately.
course, that's what are called short-term vision. They want something to eat, something that will take to their table and satisfy the day, and of course a short period of time. But they don't see beyond the horizon. We have seen beyond the horizon. Let's hold the
Yeah,
hands of more and more
we've
people.
seen,
Let them
we've
reach
seen,
that
and we've
horizon.
traveled. We've
Yes, yes.
traveled and met people.
Yeah.
And we've
So
traveled
don't
and
bother.
met people.
If you have a family member whom you have asked to join and he's been timid, please don't bother. Because for all you have this biblical saying that that you have those prophets, that a prophet
A
is
prophet is
hardly
never accepted in.
is hardly known or hardly felt serious in his own home, right?
Yeah,
Good. So that's what is there. It's very practical. But let's get on. Let's get on. Yeah. So we're still waiting for John to come up. I don't know. I've been trying to try to get him in the background. I don't know what is happening with him because he has to come and shut down the meeting.
I didn't
Okay.
understand that.
Meanwhile, please, gentlemen and ladies, you have any conversation, tail end conversation, you are free to bring it up while we wait for our host to come in and close the meeting.
Well, I can only say that it is really important for us to know that these last days, as we're waiting for things to happen, we have to educate ourselves properly. We have to train ourselves properly and also train our teams. That is to keep them up to date. And in fact, when we do that, we'll really be preparing for better things to come. Sorry, my battery is soon shutting down. So I think I should. My battery is shutting down very soon. I did not know. I was not aware that my battery, because the whole day there was no light. So let me see if I can shut down and make my
Okay.
evaluation before the battery shuts me down. Yes.
Okay. So, but tomorrow we can still have a seminar, sir.
Well, our next webinar will be on Thursday, right? Tomorrow we have OP 360 tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, we have OP 360.
With the August town, when Tuesday comes, it's still like the first day of the week for us. You forget that the next day is Wednesday.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But if it's a private, if it's anything which is private, at any time you can always call me.
Okay.
But for the public webinars that we are organizing on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yeah.
I will talk with Leader John. He says he was knocked out. He's trying to sign back, and he's not going. So we'll just wait a little bit and see. It's already almost 2:30. We have 2:30 on the clock on our meeting time. This is the longest meeting we've ever had with hand in hand. 2 hours 30 minutes. We hope he comes back. If he does not, we'll just shut down. Then he can end up the recording. From the recording will automatically also stop at his own end. Yeah, Thursday is our next webinar. Let's come in with our teams. Let's come in with our teams early enough so that we start off and make more and more discussions to help ourselves in the family. It's been a wonderful day. Thanks thanks Mr. James. Thanks a lot for your marvelous contribution. Thanks, Mr. Chumbo. Thanks, Mr. Teim. Thanks to our leader. Oh, Leader John has come back. Thank God. He has come back. Leader John, you are welcome back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You may just do your closing remarks and let's wind up.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been thrown out and I hope everything has been going on well.
No, fine.
Well, I'll get the rest from the recording.
Yeah.
So thanks. I would like to just add my voice to the thanks that you have been giving to those who have been patient right up to the end. And I hope that I already heard you making the remarks, so I don't think we have much to say.
Okay, so, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Just say hi.
Hello.
Hi. You can put
hello.
on, try to see, you can put on your
Video so that we.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night to all of you. Bye bye. Yeah, you can
Bye.
stop.
Bye.
You can stop your recording now.
Yeah, so guys, you should mobilize so that next week we should be able to on Thursday
Yeah.
we should fill the house.
Yeah, the house should be full on Thursday.
Yes, let's show the leadership. Let's show that we have followed the lessons today very well and get to our teams and get more people to attend.
Yep. And let's not forget to hit on the submit button when our leader closes the webinar. Please, that submit button that comes at the end of the webinar, please submit it.
Yeah. Okay.
You go-
The assessment.
Yes, the assessment of the webinar. Always submit it,
Yeah.
please. It helps improve the platform from the eyes of the web. The World Wide Web sees everything. Okay.
That's good.
All right,
Okay,
Leader John.
thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.